This episode of MMA Nuts is brought to you by Hayabusa, the leader in combat sports gear. Get 20% off with code MMA Nuts at HayabusAFight.com. HostGator, save up to 50% off VPS and dedicated hosting with code MMA45. FanDuel.com, 100% deposit bonus with code MMA Nuts. Save 20% with code MMA Nuts at rem-fit.com. Get 15% off with code MMA Nuts at defensesoap.com. Hey fans, this is MMA Nuts episode 261.
261!
And anything go by gold?
I respectfully cannot answer the question.
You're
Claiming the fifth.
Oh boy.
Matt Grew with MMA Show. By fans, for fans, where we walk the line between serious and ridiculous.
Let's not fuck around because ridiculous happened this week. Let's get right into it. I don't care how you're doing, Matt. No one cares how I'm doing.
That's right.
What we care about is the fact that one of our homeboys, 209 baby, got bent over and just drilled.
Yeah.
Just, blatant disregard and abuse.
Let me lay down
power.
the facts first.
Please.
So you had, we'll go with Nick Diaz. He had 3 drug tests done on the UFC 183 night where he fights Anderson Silva.
Yes.
Passes the pre-fight one.
Yes.
Fails the one post-fight.
Yes, immediately
And then passes another one.
an hour later, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And the 2 that he passed were a WADA accredited agency. The other one was not.
It was Quest Laboratories.
Goes before the Nevada State Athletic Commission. Lawyered up like a motherfucker.
Hell yes.
And
Smart man.
they chose to, the Nevada State Athletic Commission chose to ignore the 2 clean samples, focused on the one that was so egregiously high. It was, I think, to be over 150 nanograms per liter or whatever their fucking measurement is. He was measuring at 711.
Right.
The other 2 tests, he was in the 40s to 60 range. So we're just going to go with the crazy amount and fuck any normalcy.
Yes.
And lawyered up. There was some good banter between the lawyer and the head witch of the Nevada State Athletic Commission.
Like a witch too.
So fuck goddamn crypt keeper. Don't you have a crypt to be keeping watch over?
And shit.
It's frightening. Yes.
Scary.
And all these other jellyfish fucking commissioners up there with no backbone, all, oh, she's the best. What do you want to do? And there's some good interaction between the lawyer and this crazy woman, Pat Lundvall. The lawyer is telling her, don't interrupt my witness when he's talking. And then there's all this back and forth, like, well, when Nick comes up, he's going to answer the 5th for every question. So you want to save some time and not ask him 1,000 questions? No, we're going to go through it. And
well, they're lawyers, right?
Yeah.
First, so they have to be thorough.
Well, they're just trying to, bait him into incriminating himself, which I think when we were talking about this beforehand, we were talking about the scenarios of, wow, look at how Anderson Silva came in and what a mockery he made of the whole process.
He did.
And this fucking guy gets 1 year for doing steroids, and I don't remember what his fine was.
I think he got fined I think it was 100
Pretty
some
significant.
thousand. Yeah, a couple 100,000, whatever.
And then Diaz comes in, doesn't kiss the ass of everybody.
Nope.
Has a good legal team. They, very persuasive. I was impressed. I watched the whole thing. I'm like, God damn, these guys are on point.
Yeah.
This is like watching A Few Good Men. I don't know. There's this lawyer interaction.
You can't handle the
I was
truth.
waiting for it. The guy looked like a fucking Quentin Tarantino, the lawyer. I was like, man, they're on point. And then what happened,
5 years.
Jesus Christ.
5 years, big fine, basically retired him. They just slammed him, fucking bent him right over and was like, 5 years. I don't even care if you're like 20. 5 years is like almost career ending at that point. Like the guy cannot, I don't see how it's legal for them to do that, first of all. I don't see how can it be legal? It's crazy.
Well, didn't they just come out with some guidelines that said first offense for marijuana is 1 year, second is 2 years, and third is 3 years. So even by the new guidelines they established, they didn't even follow their fucking guidelines.
No. I mean, I didn't see any good reason for it to be that long. And technically, how can you, if there's a new law that's put into place, you can't grandfather in previous, things, can you?
Well, Anderson Silva, all this happened before.
Yeah.
Right. It was his first offense, and according to the new guidelines, I thought he was supposed to get a 2 to 3 years for a first offense.
A million-year suspension.
But this goes back to the point where, You know, when we first started talking about Nevada State and these new guidelines and all the fucking penalties and stuff, I said maybe people should just boycott Nevada, because if you can't test people correctly, how can you let them punish you? You know, the problem is you have judge, jury, and executioner in Nevada State Athletic Commission, and you can't have that. You know, they're writing the rules and enforcing the rules. That's why, doesn't our government have a separation of power where, you know, you need to have an independent third party who has Nevada State Athletic Commission on one side, fighter on the other, the independent, you know, reviewer or court. Well, I mean, it's going to go to court now, but that's how these things should run. Instead of like a goddamn Dave Chappelle skit, I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth. There are so many amendments to choose from, but I choose this.
Nice. Perfect.
God damn, that's what I'm talking about. Nick Diaz.
Yeah, it is kind of weird that he comes before the court as like, there's no like, there usually there's a defendant and then, you know, there's
right. Like
the
this
other
is
word? Prosecutor,
the plaintiff and the defendant.
That's it.
But it's like they were saying, it's a kangaroo court. Like, what the fuck is this? How are these people running this shit? And you know, to me, when you're gonna give a guy, like, first they're talking about a lifetime ban, and then they're up there like laughing and joking and like ha ha ha, and the guy's on his fucking cell phone. Like, this is someone's life you're taking away, and you can't even fucking take it seriously. It's disgusting.
There's a petition going on, is there not?
Oh my God, yes.
On the internets?
Yeah, like at the White House. It's pretty impressive that, you know, a few weeks ago we were talking about the most beloved fighters in the sport, and God damn it, Nick Diaz is on that list. Like, look at how much support he has now. Besides the 50,000 signatures on this White House petition, you've had T.J. Dillashaw come out and back him up. You had Ronda Rousey come out and back him up, and like you had a bunch of fighters like Henry Cejudo and who's it, Aljamain Sterling, and there was one female fighter.
Florian. I mean,
they said they're not going to fight in Nevada now.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, all this shit's culminating. Like, we had this Reebok thing with Stitch, like it's starting to spearhead everybody together.
They need a fighters union.
This is where this is all going.
There's
now.
no way this shit goes down with the fighters union. There's no way this goes down.
This is unacceptable. And other athletic commissions should just not listen to Nevada State. So this is where another question, like, why hasn't Dana White said anything about this?
He did say something. Did you see
what?
It? He said he was where's he at, in Australia or where the fuck? He was doing some interview and he had said that you know, he needs to learn all the details before he makes an official comment. But Nick Diaz isn't exactly somebody who plays by the rules. So that's
it's like, fuck you, basically. Great.
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of like his, I don't know. Like,
so, miss all my press conferences and fuck me up? Well, I'm going to fuck you up a little bit.
I don't know.
You got to have your fighters back.
That's he didn't mean it that way. It didn't come off that way to me, but in the wording, definitely, it sounds like that. But, what's he going to say? I think at this point, it's probably in everyone's best interest just to keep quiet, because anything Nick does... No, I mean, in Nick's camp.
Yeah, in
you
his
shouldn't do any press. Don't talk to the media. Just let the lawyers handle it. Don't put yourself in trouble. Don't go on the Joe Rogan podcast. I'm sure Rogan wouldn't even let him, probably. Joe knows better, I think. He wouldn't let him come on there, would he? Right now?
No, he'd put him on.
Would he?
Yeah.
Okay.
They'd probably be smoking weed during the whole thing, getting crazy.
That might break the internets. Nick
Diaz
on the Rogan podcast talking about this whole nonsense.
Oh, and then speaking of like the UFC brats, how about Matt Hughes tweeting out basically, you know, he is the UFC vice president of fighter relations, and he's tweeting out, you know, Nick Diaz is a punk, and
he tweeted that.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up his exact quote. He said, "I think the suspension was excessive, but you can't walk in there like a punk and expect leniency. I would appeal and try and get it knocked down. Maybe act different the next time I'm in front of them." What the fuck are you talking about? He didn't say anything.
Just sat there quietly.
Claimed a fifth.
Yeah, it's no secret he has social anxieties. So, I think Rogan had made it. Did you read that statement he had made about the whole thing about, you know, Nick choosing to do it naturally? He's a very healthy guy, and, you know, whatever else. And it's a shame that in this country, it is true. In this country, you can get prescription for controlled substances like.
Oh, it's so ridiculous.
You can go into a liquor store and buy enough booze to kill yourself right now, right? but a little plant that has never hurt nobody.
Right. I mean,
you're fucking screwed.
Because that's the crazy thing too, is that, in my opinion, he didn't test positive.
I don't think so either.
You know?
The whole thing makes no sense.
Right.
The only thing, and we had talked about this at the time, that the only thing that makes sense is because of the extreme exertion, it like supercharges piss, because he was sweating everything out, so his urine is probably highly concentrated after the fact. So okay, maybe everything comes out of the fat and everything and then an hour later everything's back to normal. But there's no way someone's gonna pass 2 drug tests, out of 3 in the course of 4 hours. It's and then fail one. It doesn't make sense.
Right. If there's a discrepancy, you have to throw everything out.
Yep.
Period.
Yeah.
And going back to the commission, it was, you have to rule. If you're at a commission, you have to rule based on facts and not on feelings.
Yep.
And they're all up there butthurt and feeling like they were disrespected. So then that's why they came up with the 5 years. Yeah, that's gonna hold up in a regular court. Yeah, we were disrespected.
He's gonna appeal and he'll win.
He will.
I think
100%.
he'll get a year maybe or 2. That's it. I think he may even get time served. I still stand by that time served.
I think you're right, because look at when they tried to pull this bullshit with Vanderlei Silva. Regular court threw that shit right out.
Yep.
Like, you can't fucking ban the guy for life.
It's craziness.
And with all this, everyone's posting the phone number for the Nevada State Athletic Commission. I think we got to go a step higher here and go to the fucking governor. So if you want to call the governor of Nevada, Brian Sandoval, you can reach him at 775-684-5670. You can also go to their website. There's an email contact form. I'll post it in the show notes. But send them an email too, because going to the Nevada State Athletic Commission, that's just going to annoy them. You need to go to their boss. The boss is the governor. And hopefully he'll make some changes, because this shit's unacceptable. We're not going to stand for this.
No way.
And, even if I was the UFC, I would threaten not to have any more fights there. And they won't do that, but, why are you going to let this commission, and why is this commission considered, like, the #1 commission, when they're clearly not?
I think maybe they've been in the fight game the longest or something. The major prize fight game, I don't know. Who knows? It's all a bunch of crooks anyways.
We need to separate. I know. He's stealing money and a career from the guy.
Yep.
We need a separation of power here. You can't. Anytime there's an issue with this, we need to have an independent party ruling over this. And then that takes care of, the disrespect and whatever. Let a third party settle that, not the judge, jury, and execution.
Wow.
I feel like I gave birth. Every time. It was kind of a measured response from me. I thought I was going to go more crazy, but this one really pisses me off, man.
I think it pisses everybody off. And on the internet, there are those who are being douchier, like AKA Matt Hughes, taking that road of he's been a multi-time offender and all this stuff, and he gets what he deserves and whatever. I mean,
you got to rule on the facts.
Yes.
And the facts are he passed 2 tests, failed 1.
Yes. And it's no secret he's smoking weed.
He's
not saying I don't smoke weed. He was like, I didn't do it.
You have to prove he's high. That's the other thing. You're doing a urine test. You can't prove he's high at the time of the fight.
Nope.
End of story.
Right. Exactly. So another big story
of
this week, which was just announced yesterday, I believe, is the return of Fedor.
Oh shit! Fedor is back. The UFC signed him.
No, this is the weird part. Okay.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna mispronounce this. He's fighting for Pride, the man who started Pride, Nobuyuki Sakakibara, in the Sakakibara fight thing on New Year's Eve, with an opponent to be announced. And Fedor's comment on that was, "I'm a fighter. I'll be ready to fight."
He was so stoic when he said that.
Yes, he was.
Oh my God.
He was. I mean, he's always that way though.
Well, when they announced this was part of the Bellator Dynamite show. We'll talk about that a little bit later, but we'll talk about this segment. If you're going to announce something on Spike TV, you might want to have someone who speaks English as their first language announcing it.
Good point.
Because this fucking guy could barely get the words out of, Fedor, fight, Japan, show, Spike. Thank you. Adomo arigato. Mr. Roboto.
He hit all the keywords.
Fuck, man. It was so painful.
Yes.
And Jimmy Smith's holding the mic, and the guy's trying to get the mic, and Jimmy Smith's not giving up the mic.
No, yeah, it is.
And the crowd's like so confused. Like,
What's happening?
What's going on? Is this kickboxing? Is this MMA? And how is this Pride? I don't know.
Yeah.
But I think it's curious. Why does he go to Japan for 2 fights? Seeing how he's all svelte and looking super lean at
And
38,
jacked up.
by the way.
Yeah. I believe that there is a conspiracy happening. I think that they're going to let him fight a couple fights, see how he does, and then the UFC is going to swoop in.
Well, it's probably the best move because you got to remember when Fedor left, he was not looking so great.
No, he was not.
Remember?
Nope.
It was like,
Yep. Nosedive.
and now he's looking fucking jacked.
Let's see him string a couple
tits.
victories together and see what happens. But my question is, there's all this talk about him and Randy going after at each other.
No interest.
I don't want to see that.
Randy's like 51.
I'm trying to think who in the hell. And supposedly, this fight is going to be in a ring, not a cage. And they're going to do Pride rules, apparently.
Good.
That's
cool.
what I
I'm
keep
cool with
hearing.
that. I like this.
So-
I like that.
So who would he fight? Nogueira?
No, because he retired, so he should technically be able to. I don't know how the contract works.
I think his contract was up, wasn't it? They didn't
I don't
renew
know.
it. I thought he fought his last fight on his contract. It's interesting.
I don't know. Or Bellator. I don't even know who.
The heavyweights?
Chicago.
God.
Chicago Fedor. I don't have that much interest in watching him fight.
Arlovsky.
I
Tim
love
Sylvia.
that. Tim Sylvia. I'd be
There you
okay
go.
with that. He needs to get that one back.
Yeah.
He only had like a 30-second run against the Fedor.
Yeah, that
I don't think it was a fair fight.
it didn't go so well for him.
And not so much. Not so much.
So we'll see. Anyway, so
Yeah.
it's.
To be determined.
I feel like it's exciting, yet it was kind of like a big letdown because I'm like.
Wolf tickets! I'm going to say it right now. Wolf
this is what you're
tickets.
selling. I'm not sure if I'm buying this. but
No.
Okay.
Like Bellator was trying to play it off that, oh yeah, we're going to do this and that and blah, blah, blah. And it's funny when they went to take the pictures in the ring, it was the guy you had just mentioned, Fedor, and I think the president of Spike TV. And then Coker runs in the background, like,
What's up,
trying to get
bitches?
in the picture. Like, look at this motherfucker.
I'm here.
What did you have to do with any of this? I don't know.
He's stroking the cocks as
Yes.
they were making the deal.
Whoa, whoa,
He's
whoa,
like-
whoa, whoa.
It's like, you good? You
This
good?
guy's getting
All right.
face fucked
Shake
left
hands.
and right.
That's right. Good for
Hey,
him.
Bellator, you want to sponsor us? Hit us up. Right around the
Yes.
corner.
Call us.
Yeah, Coker. It is burnt that bridge.
Fuck.
It's all
Sorry.
good. Moving right along.
Yes, please.
What do you think? You know, we have this fight between Kelvin Gastelum and Matt Brown coming up just around the corner, and it's at 170. And I thought Gastelum was never going to fight there again, but apparently the UFC has hired nutritionist George Lockhart for Kelvin Gastelum.
Don't know who that is.
He's legit.
Is he more legit than Mike Dolce?
Yes.
Sweet.
No bro science here.
Excellent.
And the UFC is picking up the bill for this.
Why are they doing that?
Do you see a little conflict of interest there?
Absolutely. Just like the UFC sponsoring certain fighters?
Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah, Matt Brown, none too happy about that.
Of course. I wouldn't be happy either. That's a bunch of bullshit. Again, they are supposed to be the non-biased party that brings the two parties
Yes.
together and allows them to compete on an equal playing field. It doesn't sound very equal. They're paying, so they need to pay for Matt Brown to have a nutritionist
Exactly.
to make it fair,
Right.
right?
Then I'm okay with that.
Same
But
guy or
otherwise,
different guy, it doesn't matter.
Otherwise, bullshit.
Fuck you, UFC.
That's right.
Yeah.
What else you got? Let's go back and forth.
We'll go back and forth. Did you see the? I want to talk to you about Titan FC. Pat Healy
Okay.
misses weight. He's
Yeah,
the champion.
I saw that.
They decided strip him of the belt. If
Yep.
he wins, no belt. If he loses, still no belt.
So lose now. What?
Yes. How do you feel about that? Just the whole concept
Of what?
if a champ misses weight, should he lose his belt? What do you think? It's a tough one, huh?
I'm trying to put a face to it. I'm gonna say, okay, it's John Jones. So John Jones misses weight. Does he lose the belt? I don't think you lose the belt. I'm not okay with that.
No.
No.
It's a penalty for
Yeah, there's a
disrespecting your
fine
opponent and
because
the sport.
well, the people that have done it in the past, it was always the challenger that has missed.
Yes.
I'm thinking of like the Then Joe Riggs missed when he fought Matt Hughes, as I look at that.
Yep.
And Travis Lutter, when he fought Anderson Silva, didn't make weight. It was never the champion that I can recall that had done that. But I would not strip it. I think there's going to be a fine. It's not going to be a title fight, though.
No.
It can't be a title fight.
Legally, right. Cannot.
Right. But, no, I don't strip it.
Strip
but
it with
I'm
the belt?
fucking pissed off, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, Charles.
I'd be mad, too.
What else? Did you see this Ronda Rousey clip for the UFC 193
No.
Press conference? This is a Ronda Rousey verbatim.
Okay.
Here we go. She says, they don't have the footwork and movement that Holly does. Everyone counterpunches, so I knew that if I came right in their face right away, God, that sounded terrible. Oh my God, not right away. I take my time, okay?
That's the commercial?
Yeah, that was like one of those Dana White tweets where he tweets out these little 15-second things.
I haven't seen these.
Yeah.
Weird.
And
This all sounds very awkward.
Yeah, yeah. So it's okay if you're a woman saying some shit like that.
You can't say it if you're.
But if that was a man saying that,
it's like you can't
it's
say
not
the
okay.
N-word if you're not black.
Right.
It's, you know.
I get that.
It's one of those like kind of things. It's weird.
But you could talk about coming on someone's face.
As a woman.
Yes.
Totally.
As a champion.
It's totally acceptable as a woman.
Okay,
as a man,
cool.
it's like, whoa. You taking it too far.
It's weird, these gender roles, right?
It is.
Well, I guess if you're fucking remaking Roadhouse, you can come in people's faces, because then it maybe leaves credence to my theory that she's going to play a man in that role. So she's getting used to coming in people's faces.
Nice.
I don't know where I'm going. Better throw it back to you. Go.
All right.
Get away, go. Get away from this.
In that case, let me turn my volume down because I want to show you.
I'm on 13.
Yeah, you're on 13. I'll turn it down so we don't get sued. You can or cannot include this if you want. But I have found the missing Herschel Walker. As
The missing link.
Yes.
Holy
and he's looking
fuck.
not so skinny.
Wow.
In this,
someone has been eating 2 salads per day.
Maybe Matt can put a picture up or something.
Yeah, I'll put this fucking thing up. I don't
But
know.
it's a video. It's an AT&T commercial, Strongest of the Strong with Herschel Walker.
Wow.
And it just came out. I saw it on TV the other day, and I'm going, whoa. That is
Hey,
great.
guess who's going to be fighting Fedor?
Herschel Walker? Oh, my God.
Jesus
Can you imagine?
Christ.
I'll email this to you.
What happened?
I don't know, dude.
I was always
maybe
wondering.
it's the shirt, because it's like the color blue, and nobody looks good in like baby blue, right?
I don't know. I look fantastic in
Do
baby
you-
blue.
do you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Is that your color?
Damn right. That's my
I
go-to.
stick to dark colors. I like dark colors.
I hear you.
Dark's good.
Chocolate pudding.
Chocolate pudding.
So, is he ever going to fight again in MMA?
Herschel Walker?
He's, what, 50?
He's going to be fighting at super heavyweight at this rate.
Jesus Christ. That's fine. I'm okay with this. Bring him back. Bring the man back. He's, a better fight would be him versus Kimbo. Herschel Walker, Kimbo Slice.
I thought, didn't they do that already? In my mind, I'm thinking they fought before. No?
Yeah. But remember, he's got that weird karate stance. I miss that from Herschel.
Yeah, he's very like, his legs are kind of like
He's
a
very
figurine.
like a robotic karate man. Like,
Yes.
If these fucking rock'em sock'em robot guys could move, that's Herschel in a nutshell.
Mm-hmm. What else you got?
What I saw, there's this picture that I'll post of Dana White and Ronda Rousey. They went to their little Australia gig.
Yep.
And Ronda Rousey's decked out in fucking Reebok gear, head to toe. Dana White, Nike gear, head to toe. What's going on? Is there trouble in paradise with Reebok or what? What?
Or maybe he just never thought about it.
You
You would think he would throw out all of his Nike shit.
Oh, my
right?
God.
No Nike. Well, he could wear Adidas. That's another, right? That would
Yeah,
be
you
cool.
can wear Adidas.
and Reebok. You're
One
good.
owns the other. I think Adidas owns Reebok.
Yes. Adidas is huge. I mean, they're huge in soccer. I mean, they're fucking billion-dollar company.
They're banging it out, man.
Yeah. Reebok is like their little. I think they bought them like 10 years ago.
Little
or
toy
something.
project.
Yeah. So it's weird though. It's weird. It's kind of like the president of like Pepsi wearing like Coke, right?
Right. You like
Or drinking Coke.
Would you do that to your sponsor?
Wear their competition stuff.
Yeah.
Unless there was like some sort of like back end like fuck you, look at this
Right.
shit.
Right.
Maybe.
Because you know.
Maybe they didn't pay them. Maybe the check bounced.
Yeah. Something's
Like,
happening.
It's like,
and
Daniel's like, I want that check.
maybe we're on the downside, which could be a good thing.
Or Nike's like, he's like, hey, Nike, what's up?
Yeah. Trying to get that Nike money.
Weird.
I get that.
Did anyone in the media ask him about this?
Well, he barely responds to anything these days. Remember, he used to do all those posts. Yeah. He doesn't do those anymore.
Nope.
Very scared with all this litigation, so.
He's got the phone that he has to carry around.
It's tracking. It's tracking him.
Absolutely.
What else is going on?
All right, I'll bring you when celebratory backflips go wrong. Let me see. After the win, I don't know how to say it.
Gaethje or something.
Gaethje did a backflip, and I showed you this earlier, and he almost killed himself.
I'll post that.
You post this up?
Fuck yeah.
He almost killed himself. Very close.
Oh, that's so stiff. It's like the shocks on my fucking Jeep Cherokee aren't working.
Backflip off of the cage.
Oh, I think he dislocated 3 vertebrae in that one.
Not good.
That makes my back hurt so bad right now.
I mean,
I gotta readjust.
I give him for form. It's a pure. It's good. I'll email this to you too. But I think it's kind of stupid to do that.
It never works out well unless you're Brock Lesnar, right? Doing backflips.
Could you imagine Brock doing that?
Whatever his move was, 5. I don't know. I don't watch wrestling.
Yeah, Mike Swick did that a couple times, right?
Who?
Mike Swick.
Did he? I don't remember those.
I thought he jumped up and he would stand on the
I
cage.
remember Dodson doing those running fucking backflips.
Yeah.
The guy's a goddamn ninja.
He is a ninja. So be careful out there.
Yeah, don't do backflips off the top.
Stupid.
It's not healthy. It's not good for your health. It's like big dicks in your ass.
That's right.
Bad for your health?
Absolutely.
Or good for your health. It depends.
Yes.
You gotta get some Pulp Fiction style.
Like with the thing?
Yeah, with a gag.
Squeal like a pig.
Getting raped,
Jesus.
It's good times.
Okay.
Good
We're
times.
taking it there now, I see.
Hey, Cris Cyborg watch for this weekend. Go, she's a pole dancer. My dreams are coming full circle now. Here's the picture.
How big is this pole?
Oh, God. I would pay big dollars to be said pole.
Oh, my God.
She said she got quite the workout from this pole.
I would assume.
Soak it in, people. Soak it in.
Mm-hmm. I know, that gets you going. That's like...
It does. People are coming around, though. They're coming around.
Yeah.
God damn, that's just like a...
It's a hell of a one.
Yes. Something I'd like to climb. What else you got?
Well, I got one from World Series of Fighting.
Yes.
Vagab Vagabov completely ignores the
Yakov Smirnov.
completely ignores, as I showed you, the referees step in, throwing knees to end the fight. His opponent's like, I'm done. The ref steps in. He's like, nope, I'm throwing another knee. I'm going to smack you in the head.
Wow.
So,
what state did this happen in? Hopefully not Nevada, because then he might be executed for all I know.
I don't know what state this was in.
I forgot where they were. I don't believe it was Nevada. A World Series of Fighting, you're probably in a pet cemetery on an Indian reservation.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't tell. Ringside,
But,
scoopside, World Series. They don't put the name on the thing that I can see.
It's, yeah, you can't do that. You can't do that.
Yeah, I'm wondering.
And I think if you do that, the ref should be able to unload on you. Right in your face.
So it's like the cage opens up and you drop down into a pit. And
yeah.
You have to fight for the death.
Mr. Burns, release the house with trapdoor first. Woo! Drop down.
Yes.
And you get fucked up. Pulp Fiction style.
You still suck. Did you just watch that movie?
No, but I don't know why. When I think of rape, that's the scene that comes to mind.
Okay. Okay.
I have ball gags and go, you better watch your P's and Q's.
Okay.
I'm just saying, Chuck Liddell is right there looking menacing.
Hang on.
Like, if you look to the right, you got Chuck Liddell and fucking Keith Jardine with some rapey intent in their eyes.
Keith has his mouth cut out, by the way. There's a
goddamn
reason for
right he does.
I'm being mean.
I don't know if he can handle it, but he can handle it.
I'm going to be on this side of the stage.
That's right.
Just in case.
So let's talk about...
myself.
Let's move right along. Let's talk about this Bellator Dynamite show. Dynamite! As J.J. Walker would say. Back in the day. We're losing fans. Like, what? This is the 1970s, all right?
Okay.
It's probably 6.
Like, what's happening, man?
Watching these shows.
Turn my light on.
Yeah.
Bing.
Hang on. Wait.
Yours is on.
Oh, wait.
You're out of juice. There it
Hey,
goes.
I'm almost out of
The
juice.
lights are on.
But nobody's home.
It's all good.
It's all good.
I'm listening.
So, Bellator Dynamite.
I didn't watch this. Did you watch it?
Yes.
Was it on TV?
Yeah, so it was free on Spike TV. And I like the new Spike logo, by the way. It looks like a razor blade slicing through Spike.
Nice.
Yes, it's very high tech. It's cutting edge, if you will.
Ba-dum-bum.
Yes, like the Grim Reaper sickle. So they had pyro, they had fireworks, they had the crazy pride lady doing the fucking intros. Like she's dying every last breath.
Jimmy
dying.
Lennon Jr.
Something.
Was he around there?
Not so much. There was someone else.
Mauro Ranallo.
Yes, he was doing the glory kickboxing
Boss
side.
Rutan.
No,
No, Boss Rutan.
not that I noticed. I actually watched the fights with no volume on. I watched them last night. It was very late, so Matt didn't quite pay attention as he was passing out.
No volume.
Yeah.
Just-
Yes.
Okay.
And then I rewatched a bunch of shit this morning, and I don't know what it is about the telecast. It's almost like the image is so much more clear than the UFC's images.
Better cameras.
I'm gonna move right along.
Something happened. Oh.
Boom! Dynamite! Just blew up. There you
Shit's
go.
flying around.
Yeah, papers are dropping.
Okay.
Panties are.
I heard something happened.
Panties.
There's a mouse in the building.
Panties are dropping. Red panties.
The panties are red panties.
That's what Conor McGregor will tell you.
Nice.
They're put on those red panties tonight. I'm thinking about things.
Okay.
All over. It's a
Oh my
fucking
God.
mess.
Is it-
I'm gonna get it back together. There you go. I've got
It's all
so
good.
much caffeine in me, I can't
See,
think straight.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
I'm under caffeinated.
I'm sweating. I'm hot. The air conditioning's not quite fully working
I'm
yet.
freezing.
Are you?
Like, yes.
I'm so. Well, the thing is,
It's all
2
good.
cups of coffee
Yeah, that'll get you going.
at fucking 10:30 p.m. That's right. It's 11:05, by the way.
And you're still drinking coffee.
Fuck yeah. That's why I don't sleep till 3.
red
Fuck
light.
like a champ.
Yes.
So where am I going? Oh, Bellator Dynamite.
You didn't
so,
like the broadcast. Or you liked
No,
the
I
broadcast?
loved it. Like, I don't know if the image is clearer, but it looks so much more visually appeasing to my eyes than the UFC. It was like a breath of fresh air. And I think part of it is to see the fighters not wearing just black and white shorts. The contrast. Like, goddamn, is the UFC so bland, so boring. Bellator so nice. Phil Davis in his pink shorts,
Mr. Wonderful.
bringing it home.
Yeah, looking good, right? Won in the
Fuck
tournament.
yeah. He
What
gets
happened to King
2
Mo?
submission wins.
Did he?
A rib injury, like he won the fight,
Yeah.
but he couldn't continue.
Oh, I wanted
So
to
then
see
they had
that.
a Francis Carmont step on short notice. He fought earlier in the night, and Phil Davis put him away. Gets 2 finishes, by the way. And then you have Liam McGeary fights Tito Ortiz. Tito looked okay. I'm not going to lie. He looked all right. Best he's been since 2006, you know. I'm a warrior. Got no back problems. I lay it all on the line every time. Thanks. I get it. Every time. Warrior Ango.
He is a warrior.
It's like Andy Wang. Warrior.
From the Ultimate Fighter?
Yeah. He was the
Okay.
guy that was like the jiu-jitsu guy.
Oh,
You
yeah,
the
yeah.
standing Wang.
Yes.
But anyways, so back to the fight. So Tito gets the takedowns, the ground and pound, and Gary's on the bottom, gets an armbar. Tito fights out of it. And then he fucking throws up a sneaky inverted triangle, instantly taps Tito. It's like, fucking A, man. That guy is, McGeary, I don't know if he's 6'5", 6'6", very lengthy. He's got some very deceptive jiu-jitsu off his back. It's almost like a Carlos Condit, like a fucking submission guy. Like if he's on his back, you better watch your fucking P's
yeah.
and Q's.
Watch your shit, man.
Yeah. So now this sets up a light heavyweight title fight between Davis and McGeary. Should be a good fight. And it's good to see. It was funny because Phil Davis wins the tournament and he gets presented with a belt and he was so shocked.
Yeah.
Like there's this vine of him getting the belt. He's like, I get a belt? You're like, fuck yeah! Like, oh, this is awesome.
Sweet.
And then you had Josh Thompson on the card, and he gets a win. And he said he made over $35,000 in sponsor money.
Nice.
And I think if he was in the UFC, it would have been in the $5,000 range for sponsor money.
Oh my
So,
God.
UFC fighters, go to Bellator. Get paid. Get paid.
So Bellator, better cameras, better broadcast.
Yeah,
better
except for I think the one failure is the kickboxing MMA. It doesn't work together. You can't do it. It was such, like, I'm trying to shift gears in between. They put this heavyweight fight on. Like, I don't want to watch this right now.
Glory?
Yeah, I want to watch
Maybe they should
the
put the
MMA.
lighter guys,
Or, like, because it was a 5-round fight, maybe it's a 3-round and put the top of the top, your Rico Verhoeven versus, who was that other? Daniel Gita
and
like those
Saki,
two.
all
Have
guys.
those two guys bang it out
Again.
Like,
Yes. Every time.
Yeah,
This
it's
fight,
fucking the fifth time or Holtzen and somebody, you know. It wasn't the right fight for that night, and there was only one fight on the main card, but for me, I had a hard time trying to shift gears, even though I'm watching it in the morning. I have to have my mind either going MMA or my mind either going kickboxing. So, I mean, it was a cool trial, but I say get away from the kickboxing.
They call it Dynamite 1 for a reason.
Stick
there's
with
going to be a 2.
Stick with the MMA and just make it happen.
Yeah.
I saw some good things, though. I'm moving right along. We have one fight. I don't know if you want to talk about it. Barnett, Roy Nelson coming up next weekend. Japan.
I'd take Barnett all day.
I'll take Nelson.
Oh, yeah? I think Barnett submits him.
I don't know. Nelson's been like a ninja on the ground, but he never goes to the ground.
No. That's what everyone says. He's like he's highly elusive on the ground,
like Andy
and he
Wang.
never goes there. Like I think Barnett submits him. I think Nelson has a big overhand right, but I think Barnett's tall and strong, and I don't think he's too technical to make the stupid mistake of leaving his chin out there for Nelson. But I think he drags him to the ground at some point and puts him to sleep.
Maybe. I don't have anything else to say about
By
that.
his foot.
Toe hold, motherfucker.
Put him to sleep.
That'd be awesome. Like breaks his toes.
Is that possible to do even?
Probably.
Is there like a pressure point down there somewhere?
Of course. Dim mock, motherfucker. Dim mock. Too bad it's on your big toe.
That'd be awesome. He just grabs the toe and just does the whole thing.
He comes his pants and then passes out.
Starts shaking. Hey,
insult to injury, you son of a bitch. You son of a bitch.
It should be good, though. I think the cardio thing will be the big question mark for both guys, perhaps.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's Japan card, Mr. Barnett has fought there many a time. Well, that poster was still pretty cool.
Yeah, it was definitely cool. The two, samurais or
yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
All right, let's get some astronauts. Robert Lilly asks, do you think anyone with a BJJ background, including yourselves, could have won UFC 1?
No.
No?
Those guys are crazy.
And no. Not a fucking chance.
No.
Even with, I just was thinking about this earlier today, how many years of training do I have or of watching? It's 30 plus. And in 30 plus years of training, it might even be more than that, for fuck's sake. I don't know. My career started in 6th grade in wrestling.
His career.
In taekwondo and, and then you add in all the other shit. But no, and no. I'm getting my ass kicked. Because you got to think, too, you have a Ken Shamrock in there, and you have a fucking sumo wrestler. I mean, that's probably the best fight to take is against the sumo guy.
Okay.
And you just gotta avoid him for a minute, and he's gonna be gassed out.
Yeah. I don't think
I would chop that
hit him in his
fucker
fucking
down.
head, though. It'd break my hand hitting that guy in his head.
Nah, elbows. I'd leg kick that son of a bitch. Well, avoid for the first round or
Plus,
first minute.
how fucking juiced or whatever to the gills were most of those
and
guys.
I'm not gonna be. Come on! I'd be so juiced to the gills. I wouldn't be on cocaine, but I'd probably do some fucking stimulants and.
Do some stimulants. Okay.
Hell yeah! Give me some amphetamine, some Adderall. I'll be fucking shit up.
Okay.
Ryan Smith asks, who do you favor in the Jacare versus Yoel Romero fight at UFC 194?
Well, I haven't really done my diligence in examining that fight, but I'm a big Jacare fan, and I think he will do just fine.
Mm-hmm.
I think Romero likes to take it to the ground, but Jacare likes to be on the ground. So
And then you add cardio into the equation. I think it all favors to the Jacare side of the scale.
Yeah.
Winning.
That guy's scary. We'll see.
True that. Matthew Kennedy asks, you are sent to prison along with the entire UFC roster. And, of course, it's shank or be shanked.
Nice.
The bigger names and heavier weight classes give you more prison cred, but they have a better chance at disarming you and making you their bitch.
Uh-huh.
Who would you try to shank to get the most cred?
To get the most cred?
Yeah.
I think you got to shank the Mexican, Cain Velasquez.
Oh, Jesus
Let's
Christ.
Go after him.
Wow.
Go after the what do you call that?
The Latinos?
The Latinos, whatever gang that is.
Well, in prison, unfortunately, everybody seems to, it goes race versus race
Pretty
when
much.
you get to prison.
Of course.
So, you know, if I'm knife fighting someone, I'm gonna fight a heavyweight for sure. For sure. And someone that doesn't know how to throw kicks, because I was originally thinking Alistair Overeem, because that's the biggest motherfucker. You get him in prison. But he could probably throw a push kick like a son of a bitch. And if you're knife fighting, push kick is your friend because you want to keep the distance.
Yes.
You want to push kick someone like it's going out of style, as they say. And if you had a bar stool, like Bass Rutten would advocate, you want to create distance. You pick up a weapon to keep the distance.
Yes.
But you're not going to have that. So I'm just thinking shanks.
No bar stools.
No, I got shanks, and who's not going to throw kicks? So I would probably fuck up Andrei Arlovsky.
Nice.
I'd probably shank that motherfucker.
Okay.
Arlovsky, Brock Lesnar, Jair Dos Santos. People that aren't going to, well, fuck, I don't know. Dos Santos did throw that spinning wheel kick. But if he tries that shit, I'm coming in straight with my shank.
Okay, nice.
Right to the balls.
Shank to the balls. Eat that.
Yeah. He's not so tough now.
Yikes.
But he's still happy. Yeah, shake him. He'd probably still be smiling at me. Ah, it's so nice. I like. I don't know. Kane really fucked you up. So sorry. Justin Dr. Mount Carter asks, who would you have for Dynamite 2? I don't know.
I'm not sure either.
Fedor. Yeah. Can Fedor fight on this card?
That would be great. He should fight kickboxing.
That's fine. He's going to fight in glory.
Not MMA.
I would just, I want to see more of the same. And, you know, you have the Davis-McGeary fight, but I want, the biggest thing I like about it is it's not bland. It's flavor. I like flavor.
Everybody likes flavor.
That's right. Last question. Rodrigo Machado. What do you guys think of this list that I found of the top 10 MMA scumbags of all time? Agree or disagree?
Why is he always finding these lists?
I love it. This
Does he
is
make
best.
these lists up, or is he
That's
finding
fine.
them?
Either or, I love it. Number 10, Renato Sobral.
Babalu?
Mm-hmm.
What makes him a scumbag?
That David Heath choke.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
He held way too long, and
He
then
deser-
afterwards,
Yeah.
he said, I held that way too long.
He
And then the
deserves to be on
UFC
the
cut
list.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's on the list, but I get it. He knows respect. So he paid the price. Number 9, Rico Rodriguez.
Don't know what he did.
I don't know what he did. Number 8, Gilbert Evil. I know he's done some shit. I don't know exactly what.
I don't know either.
Number 7, Mike Kyle. I know he's done some shit. I don't know exactly what. Number 6, Paul Daly.
Oh, I don't know. Josh Koscheck.
He pretty much deserved
He
that.
deserved that one.
I'm okay with that.
I'm cool with it. Strike him off the list.
Because Josh Koscheck's not on this list. I think he should be on the
Yeah,
list.
ahead of Paul Daly.
Number 5, Husamar Palhares. He's at 5?
Yeah, he should be closer to 1.
Yeah,
Yeah.
closer to 1.
Maybe
Agreed.
they're giving him a break because he's mentally challenged.
Might be, as Caprito would say, his skin might be leather, and that's why he doesn't feel the tap.
Could be. Could be.
Thick skin. Number 4, Mike Whitehead. I don't remember him doing anything.
I don't know either. I think there was something to do with the Ultimate Fighter there or something. I don't know. I remember something.
Yeah, I almost had it, and then I don't
It's there.
have
It's
it.
on the tip of my brain.
But this may be the worst or best list for us, because I don't know half of the guys what they did
We
wrong.
don't care about scumbags.
No. Number 3, Chael Sonnen.
Come on.
He's not a scumbag.
No.
Just because the guy got caught with, like, EPO, testosterone,
Real estate scams, all
like,
kinds of things.
any balls, and whatever. Like, 4 different fucking steroids does not make him a scumbag.
No.
And whatever he did in the real estate environment, That's
all
neither here.
hearsay.
It's his personal business.
That's right.
And once again, what do you do in your personal time? I don't care about.
Okay.
And we've established, as long as you're not hurting people or animals, you can do whatever you want.
Perfect.
Right?
I guess.
Okay.
I don't know.
Number 2, John Jones.
Really? You know what? I think he deserves to be up there.
He's on the list,
Yeah, he's
for sure.
I think number
He's probably
2.
your number 1, no? Come on, give it to me and go. Don't hold back!
I think his track record kind of speaks for itself, doesn't it?
DUI, another accident,
Adultery,
cocaine.
running from the,
He's
hitting
got
a pregnant woman,
Yeah.
all kinds of bullshit, getting his fans, right? All this nonsense.
Yeah, go
being,
get your fans.
Being fake as fuck with the media and
Yes.
all that stuff.
Finding
I think
Jesus.
he's my number 1.
Yes,
Yeah, fuck
okay.
him.
And then number 1, War Machine, but that's a
Oh.
given. I mean, he is.
Oh, yeah, well. Okay.
No one's going
There you
to
go.
trump that guy, but
Sorry, Jones, you're number 2. Oh, I forgot about War.
Michael Bisping, it's not on the list. Michael Bisping needs to be on the list. Show, spitting. He's done at least 3 things. When he fell off that, was that the pool table?
Oh, yeah. That was good. That was good TV.
And he got knocked out by goddamn Dan Henderson in the most epic fashion.
Yeah.
In his fucking crazy pirate eye, I can't handle that. Get off of TV! Bugging the shit out of me, Michael Bisping. Moving right along. Nuts. It's done.
And now we have
knowledge.
knowledge.
Do you have any
I have this
knowledge
thing I
to
showed you
connect?
earlier if you want to talk about this.
Sure, go ahead.
The Mountain from the Game of Thrones.
Yes.
Losing an arm wrestling match versus Devin Larratt. He's a 2-time WAL heavyweight champion. These two are separated in weight, I believe, by 200 pounds. Let's see. And it does not go well for the Mountain.
No, it never does. It's like jiu-jitsu. Technique overcomes strength.
I mean, they're both big as fuck, obviously.
Yeah, it's
but
200 pounds.
if you look at
That's
this,
when you showed me this. I said, I tell you who's going to win. The arm wrestler.
his first question was, is this guy a professional arm wrestler? He's like, oh, he'll win.
For sure. Like, that's the thing. Like, you don't think there's so much technique involved, but there sure as shit is.
Yeah.
Just like anything. And when you've trained so much to just keep doing this, you know, doing the arm wrestling thing, left or right hand.
It's got to be pretty disheartening for a big-ass motherfucker like the Mountain just to get handled like this.
Well, the weird thing is, you'd think someone would have gave him a little bit of technique, but he's just going in there with muscle.
And he's so damn big.
Yeah.
Now he's just laughing. He's like, this is
Are you going to be on Game of Thrones or not, motherfucker?
It's ridiculous. Totally ridiculous.
Did we talk about Game of Thrones yet? I hear everyone dies next year. They drop a nuclear bomb, everyone dies.
It's supposed to be the most epic season ever.
Right. We didn't even have, who is it? Hodor?
Hodor.
He didn't even come in.
No.
We had nothing.
I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes because there's really what am I watching? I'm not really watching much TV. I started watching Fear the Walking Dead and it's okay. I know you're not a Walking Dead fan, but that new season starts next month. So this is like a spin-off show.
Yeah.
Set in Los Angeles. It's kind of, I think it has big shoes to fill. That's the problem, So The Walking Dead is so big. But that's really all I'm watching is that. I'm just playing lots of video games. Yeah,
Destiny, the Taken King, downloaded content, new content. It's like Destiny 2.0. It's pretty sweet. Just finished the new story. It was pretty good. Not that difficult to run through the new quests and.
No?
Nope.
I'm going to check it out this week. We're supposed to set up some raiding or some shit. We can run like some strikes together.
That's right.
Whatever. Level our shit up.
We're going to Pulp Fiction some shit.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that going on.
What?
Rape!
That's a raping. It's on his tech.
I got a rape thing going on
fear
today.
for your family tonight.
What? There'll be no raping going on, except for me and that Brock Lesnar doll over there.
Okay.
He's going to get some,
He's
and
got
then
a
I'm going to get
life-size
some.
doll. Dude, I saw an
What?
article, speaking of which, the Japanese have released some new, like, real doll or whatever.
Oh, yeah?
These things look surprisingly real. It's kind of scary. And there's, like, a picture of the dudes who buy these, and it's the most weird thing. Like, there's the dolls and this dude who looks like the kind of dude who would have a doll like that. You know? If you just picture someone in your head like that, right?
Yeah.
Strange, like, looking a little socially awkward. But there's a movement out there for people who are into this stuff.
Hey, I'm sensing a new sponsor.
What's that? Real doll?
Fuck yeah!
Okay.
Can't we get one on the set?
No.
What?
That's too weird.
That'd be awesome. I would totally have that. I would totally not smack that doll.
Okay.
Wait, is that domestic violence? If you get a real doll and you beat the shit out of her,
No, but I would say
that
that
domestic
that's
violence?
definitely not healthy for you to
but what if she needs a slap every day? Like a backhand. Like,
oh my god.
Like, will
using
you
it as
quit
a punching
fucking
bag.
talking back to me? Whack! Is that a problem? What I do in my personal time, is that bad? I thought if it's okay for fighters, it's okay for Matt.
Not rape, not domestic violence.
Right.
Those two are no good.
Okay.
Don't do that.
What if I wear a Zorro mask?
And like you got the sword in front?
Yes. But I cut the M. Wait.
For Matt?
Yes.
There you go.
Mark my territory.
Backwards.
X marks the spot, or M marks the spot.
M.
Let's get out of this show before
Oh
I
my
say any
God.
other
This has been
bad,
the worst
terrible.
rapiness, the rapey factor.
Yeah,
That
it's
has been
very
this
high
week's edition
week.
of MMA
Sorry.
Nuts. No more rape.
I plead the fifth.
Rape is bad. Don't rape anybody.
There are so many amendments to choose from, but I choose this one. That's it. Thanks for playing.
Oh my God.